Hey, Vinyl community. I need to do a bit of a rant here, and I'm also curious if this has happened to anybody else before when you've been out record shopping. So, anyway, the other day I went into a record store. I'm not going to say which one because I do not want to embarrass this particular establishment, but I went into the record store, and this is a problem that I find when I am record shopping is I've never been to a single record store where they've had a shopping cart or a basket that you can carry around. And if you're anything like me, I buy a lot of things when I go to the record store. I'm buying cassettes. I'm buying records. Sometimes I'm buying CDs. I'm buying all sorts of things. And the problem is that you go anywhere else, you've got a shopping cart, so you can push it around, or you got a basket, you can carry it around, and you've got your hands free to do whatever you need to do, whatever kind of shopping you need to do, pulling items off the shelf, looking at them. And, the record store, it's different because they don't have shopping carts, they don't have baskets. You have to carry everything that you intend to buy. So, anticipating that this was going to be a problem, this particular day, I wore a long winter coat. And why did I wear a long winter coat? Well, what it enables me to do is I can, as I'm looking through cassettes, I can put them into the jacket. Has pockets on the inside, it's got pockets in front, a lot of pockets on this jacket. So it enables me, I can put the cassettes, sometimes the CDs, into the pockets, and that frees up my hands so I can do other shopping. I can look through the records. It's very hard to crate dig when you have a stack of CDs or you got a pile of cassettes. And some of you might say, well, just set them down somewhere. Set them on the counter, set them on the floor, set them somewhere. No, I'm not. Because what is that going to allow somebody else to do? Some other shopper is going to see my stash, they're going to pick it up, and before I know it, they have absconded with my cassettes and CDs. They're buying them and they're out the door. So that is not an option. So this particular day, I brought my coat with that exact intention. So I go to the cassettes and I am, looking through the cassettes. Some of them go on the inside pocket. Another, stack of cassettes I made room for in this pocket. Some went into, it's probably about, $30 worth of cassettes. Stuff some of them into the front pockets of the coat. And my hands are free now. I can go look at the CDs. So I'm thinking ahead here, because if I am encumbered by cassettes and CDs, then I'm not going to buy any records, or it's going to limit the amount of merchandise that I buy for that shopping trip. So got my coat a little way down with cassettes, and then I'm over at the CDs, and I'm thinking, oh, there's going to be some records that I want to buy. So, again, I've still got room in some of my pockets, and I don't want to draw attention to myself. So I'm not like, hey, everybody, look what I'm doing. I want to be very discreet about it. I don't want other shoppers seeing me and getting the wrong impression. So I'm very discreetly looking around, making sure nobody's looking, because again, I don't want to draw attention to myself. I don't want people staring at me. So I am very discreetly putting them into my coat pockets. And then I am looking through the vinyl, because now, yay, my hands are free. I now am able to crate dig. So I'm looking through the records, and it occurs to me, I left my cell phone out in the car. Now, I always like to bring my cell phone with me because you never know. There could be an emergency call. Something could happen to one of the kids. And nothing would make me feel worse than to go out to the car after spending an hour in the record store and realizing, like, oh, God, so-and-so's in the hospital, or Gavin tripped and bumped his head, or he fell off his bike and we're taking him to the ER. I mean, nothing would make me feel worse than to realize, an hour later that this kind of thing happens. So I'm like, I gotta go get my phone. So again, my intention is I am just going out to the car to get my phone. So I make a beeline for the door. I go out and I get my phone out of the car. Again, I am planning on going back into the store because there's still records that I want to buy. I plan to go back into the store. Well, and anyway, I look and I see there's a text from my wife, and she said, "Hey, just reminding you, I need to leave here at 6 o'clock. Mind you, it is 5:30 when I get the text. I need to leave here at 6 o'clock to go meet my friends for dinner." And the reason why this is important is we only have one car. Since the pandemic, we haven't had the need to have two cars. My wife and I are both working from home, so we have one car. So it's 5:30. I realize, oh crap, I have lost track of time. And it is a half-hour drive back home. So in my panic, like I totally forgot that my wife had that 6 o'clock dinner appointment with her friends. I'm like, oh crap. So I get in the car, I start the car up, and I drive home. Totally forgetting that I have about, I don't know, $30, $40 worth of cassettes in my coat. Not to mention about, I don't know, $20 worth of CDs in there. And I get home, and it's the last thing I'm thinking about. And, you know, my wife meets me in the driveway, and she's like, oh, I'm going to be late. So I go in the house, go to take my coat off. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot to pay for the cassettes. I forgot to pay for the CDs. And now I can't go back to the store because my wife just took the car to go meet her friends. And I have a busy day all day the next day at work. And then the day after that, I've got family commitments. And then the day after, you know, this weekend is coming up and I've got stuff that I got to do. I'm getting my second vaccine shot. I have no idea how I'm going to be reacting to that. So anyway, it just kind of slipped my mind. Well, what I didn't realize is as I was driving away, somebody apparently took my license plate number, and I get a call from the police, and now I have a court date for shoplifting, which, really? Come on. You know me. I go in your store all the time. Again, I am not going to name the store because I do not want to embarrass this particular establishment for accusing me of malicious intent. Okay, we can't just call this an honest mistake. You can't just give me a pass. One time, well, if you don't count 2 weeks ago, but I'm not talking about that right now. But come on, is that really a way you want to treat one of your customers, a loyal customer? So, I don't know. I'm sure if this has happened to you, I would love to hear about it. What did you do? I guess I'm going to court, and we'll see what happens. But it just makes me mad. Like, really, was that necessary? And you can be damn sure I'm not going back in that store. So you just lost a valuable customer over an innocent mistake, absent-minded mistake. I was in a panic. I am sorry. But anyway, it just really, it burns me up. So I have no idea what is going to come of this whole thing. I'm going to tell my story exactly how I told it to you. And we'll see what happens. But, you know, it sucks. It really sucks. So anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. It's been bugging me for the last couple of days. I didn't do a video today because it was upsetting me a lot. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to talk to my friends in the VC about this and see what they think. So anyway, I hope you're having a better day than I am, but take care.